There's TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. So to start off the show, I'm going to be pulling a card from my Akashic Tarot deck. What do we need for this week? What messages will assist us? Okay, this one popped right out. Okay, so we have the Scribe. I'm going to bring this card right over here. We're going to try to zoom in for you. Okay, so there's a man with one of those feather pens, and he is writing. And then there is 3 people at a table, and they also have scrolls in which they are writing on. So there are a lot of scrolls down on the floor as well. The message that wants to come from this card, there's a few different messages. You can see what relates to you, what resonates. So it's an important time for you to be doing some sort of writing. If you have been wanting to write a book, let's say, maybe you're involved with a course and you need to get some work done. Maybe you need to journal. So a lot of emotions have been coming up lately, and it's so important for us to go into the depth of those emotions. Talk to them. Where is that fear coming from? Where is that anxiety coming from? That constriction within the body? Write to it. Talk to it. Find out what the root is coming from. This is also a time for us to dream big. And you can even use that journal to write out what you desire in the various areas of your life. This can help you to get clear. Allow the universe, though, to fill in the details. You don't have to be so detailed about everything. It's how you want to feel your way through life. What is the type of picture that you want to create for yourself that creates more ease and flow in your life and peace and harmony? Less constriction and more joy. So this is a time to write that out. And this is also, last week, the card that came up was about honoring the past and moving with that celebration of what you've gone through, allowing the old to burn away so you can step into the new. So the energy that is prime right now is really that in-between stage. So right where you're going. So up on the show, we have some fabulous guests that you're going to meet. First up, you will be meeting April Jones, who is the founder of the Georgina Mystic Fair, which is right around the corner. We're also talking about netball today and soulful retreats. There's so much fun and lots to learn. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
On Rogers TV.
What a finish!
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I have April Jones in the house, who is the founder of the Georgina Mystic Fair. She is also a business owner with Enchanted. Please remind me, I'm
Naturally Enchanted.
Naturally Enchanted. I wasn't looking at my notes. Terrible. So it's wonderful to have you on the show.
Thanks so much for having me. I love the big comfy couch.
I know. And it has a nice curve to it.
I know,
so
I'm
nice
just like
flow
super chill and relaxed.
energy. Yeah. So April is a psychic medium. And how did this inspiration come to create the Georgina Mystic Fair?
So I've lived in Georgina for 10 years now.
Okay.
And over the course of the 10 years, there's never been an event quite like this. Usually you have to go to bigger municipalities to go to some kind of psychic fair or a wellness fair, or Toronto. Everyone's heard of Toronto.
Yeah.
So last year during Lionsgate, I was inspired. So if you don't know, Lionsgate is the 8/8 portal. So August 8th, I was inspired to just put a fair together. So I did in 2 months.
Wow.
And, the goal was to bring skeptics and believers alike to one location where people could feel safe, explore different healing modalities, eat some good snacks, and just shop some local vendors.
I love that. Now, I'm one of the psychic mediums that will be at your event.
I know, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to be there. What I really loved and why I wanted to get involved is that you only accept mediums that bring in pure love and light messages.
Yeah, so my husband says sometimes I'm too picky, but every reader and healer that will be there has been vetted by myself. So I need to know that you know what you know, and that it's just, there's going to be no negative experiences for people. This should be a high vibration event. I don't want people feeling scared when they leave. It's really just to promote healing in whatever, modality you need that day.
Yeah, I love that. Because a long time ago, I remember going to see a psychic, and she scared the crap out of me.
Yep.
Because she told me about a car accident that was going to happen with my brother, and my dad was going to end up in the hospital for this. I'm like, oh. I know. Luckily, none of that has happened, but it put me on edge, and I was scared, and I'm like, do I say anything? Do it right?
And energy follows thought, right? So if you're putting those thoughts out there, oh my God, this is going to happen, impending doom, then that's what you're going to bring in.
Right. Like, I know we can't necessarily, through our thoughts, create a horrific thing to happen to someone else, but it's the energy of drawing in things that you would not like, that would not feel good.
Words are spells.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Okay, so when did you first discover that you were a medium?
I think my first memory is about age 4, so I'm not going to say how old I am, but it was a long time ago. And, when I was a teenager, I didn't really know that it was a unique thing. And now, as you know, I don't know if you mentor people, but everyone can do it. You just have to tap in. Yeah. So when I was a teen, I thought I was a little bit crazy because of this boyfriend that I had at the time who told me I was crazy. And then I really started to hone it in my 20s, and the rest is history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how long, when you say hone it in your 20s, how long have you been providing mediumship readings?
My entire life. I just didn't know they were mediumship readings until I was told they were mediumship readings. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So tell me a little bit about your holistic wellness center.
So Naturally Enchanted, it's a home-based studio, which I'm so thankful for, because after the past 4 years of the ups and downs of, the word we won't mention, it's been sort of like a safe space. So I do a lot of crystal therapy, a lot of crystal healing. I am the crystal slinger of Georgina, so I get ethically sourced specimens from all over the world. Do Reiki, past life regression. I'm a sort of a Jill of all trades, so I offer different things depending on who I'm sitting with.
Oh, I love that. And where do you feel like you want to go from here? Do you have some, and I didn't even warn you about this question,
No.
it's just, I was inspired to ask it. I feel like we're all in this new beginning stage.
Yep.
Do you have these desires rumbling about how you want to expand into the world?
All the time of things I want to do and things that I want to learn. I'm an advocate for learning. I think you should constantly try to educate and learn different things. There's no possible way to know everything about everything, because the universe is ever changing.
Yeah.
So, you know, one day I might want to open up a massive center. The other day I might want to be a recluse on a farm and just have 100 animals around me. So it depends day by day.
Yeah, and I think that's the best thing to do, is to flow with your inspiration day by day, and as you step forward into your life, right?
Yeah.
Do you find every time you are working with someone, offering a reading, that the messages usually apply to you as well on some level?
Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, I can relate to that. It's like, okay, thank you, you know, noted.
Yeah.
And then other times it's like, I have no idea what this means, so hopefully it means something to you.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I feel like people are going to be drawn to certain. I'm going to use healers very lightly, because I feel like we all heal ourselves, and you and I, with the work that we do, we're a conduit to assist people with the healing.
So healers can't heal people.
Right.
We can give you the tools to help heal yourself.
Right.
And that's that.
Yeah.
So what I love about the Mystic Fair is that, you know, you might have two people that do Reiki, but depending on your vibration, it's going to match with this person or this person. So you're going to be drawn somewhere. So there's really something for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, and if I can talk about it for a minute, we have an Akashic Tarot reader, international astrologist, psychic medium such as yourself, chakra balancing, aura photography. So there really is like a full gamut of things to do.
Yeah, and whatever you're going to be drawn to is going to be perfect for you on that day.
Yes.
What is the date of it again?
It's Friday, October 18th at the Link in Sutton. It's a night event, so 4 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And do they need to get tickets ahead of time?
No, so this is a community-based event. I love to give back to the community. I'm a firm believer that you have to give where you live. So the admission is $2 per person, or a non-perishable food item per person.
Nice.
So all of the food's going to go to the Georgina Community Food Pantry, and then after expenses, whatever's left from the admission fees will all go directly to the food pantry.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And then because you'll have extra money to be able to give. You know, food pantries, sometimes they get so much pasta that they don't have enough tuna, and then they can get what they need. And I'm sure if people want to make additional donations at the event, then
absolutely.
They could do that.
So, you know, the part of the goal is that I want to make it accessible to everyone. So not everyone has $20 to spend to get in somewhere, but most people have a toonie or something in their cupboard they can donate.
I love it.
This year I've added in a free shuttle for patrons from Keswick to Sutton. It's fully handy capable, accessible. We're handing out Mystic money during the event.
It's going to be a super fun event. So make sure you check it out, the Georgina Mystic Fair. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm Jackie Hermans, the host of Uxbridge Scugog Life. We have a variety of topics that not only give you inspiration, but also an opportunity to engage within your community. Watch Uxbridge Scugog Life only on Rogers TV.
This is Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. Yes, I got a fancy singlet on, and we have a net here. Now, this isn't any type of net. You can see there's no backboard. This is netball, and I am so excited to have Dawn and Desna on the show from the Durham Netball Association. I had never heard of netball before. Have I just been under the rug, like, not, what have I been missing here?
You've been missing a lot. This is the game that you need to know about. And everyone always asks, what is netball? And the answer is, no, it's not basketball.
But similarities.
So similar, right?
Right.
Couple of things, you do not dribble.
Okay.
You cannot hang on to the ball forever. There is no backboard.
Yes, okay, just right then and there, this makes it so much harder. Because you can't do like a little layup with like bouncing it off the back. Right, okay, because that would be cheating. Okay.
There is no cheating. You have to be precise and actually get the ball in the hoop.
Okay.
In the hoop.
Now, this also looks, this looks more like a volleyball, except it has the bumpy things that the basketball has.
That's correct. So it's a combination of both. It's about the same size.
Okay.
5 inches. But that's your standard size for adults who are playing netball, because we do have smaller sizes for the younger kids.
Okay, now also this net is not in the normal position. Normally it's about 10
10
feet.
feet, but just for you,
Right.
Jackie.
Just for me, so I can slam dunk this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it to you.
Yes.
There we go.
And we're
Thank
doing
you.
a chest pass right now.
Okay.
And they usually shoot like that.
Oh, except Desmond's not a shooter. She's
Okay.
a defender.
And that's something unique about these singlets. So
Right.
tell me about these singlets. So this is a position
Their
that's on there?
positions. Exactly. So we have 7 positions
Okay.
on each team, and they're all the same positions. So we have a goal shooter, and this is a designated shooter.
Okay.
She remains within the shooting circle.
Okay.
Okay. And her partner would be the goal attack.
Goal attack.
And that goal attack can venture outside of that third and get into what we call the center court.
Okay.
Okay. But you're not by yourself. You have defenders, and they're designated to mark you. Again, they're sticking with you 24/7.
That sounds scary.
It is.
And I'm also thinking dog marking, but no one's peeing on anyone, right?
No one's peeing on anybody, but they're
Okay.
making sure
Just
that
checking.
you do not get a goal. right?
Okay. Okay.
And then we also have what we call the center court, which are center players or wing attack and or wing defense.
Okay.
And they're sort of the supporting cast to ensure that their goal shooter and or goal attack gets the ball and scores a goal.
And I will just demonstrate score the goal.
We're gonna leave that for now.
Yes, that is fine. Absolutely.
Okay, so how long has netball been around for?
Oh my gosh.
And where does it come from?
So I think the agreement is it started in the UK.
Okay.
But it's definitely played by all the Commonwealth countries globally. Canada, as far as I know, in Ontario, it's been in Ontario for over 50 years. I know that the Ontario Netball Association was incorporated as a not-for-profit organization in 1974, so that's 50 years.
Wow. So there's a provincial organization for this. There's also a Canadian organization for
That
this.
is correct. And
Where
then-
have I been?
And that's why we're here. We're trying to get the word out, right? It's
Right.
an amazing sport, and we're just trying to get the word out. And did you know, Jackie?
Probably
that-
not.
Probably not.
Okay.
That Canada has a national team.
No, I had no clue.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
And BC, Alberta, Ontario, and Quebec have provincial teams.
Okay, that
so-
is amazing. So you work with the provincial teams to create this Durham, is it like a Durham chapter, a Durham
That's
association?
a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Desna and I both, and we have another partner who's part of Durham Netball Association, Sandra Mills, who's not here today.
Okay.
And we played with an amazing club in the past, Scarborough Netball Club. But we live in Durham. And we
Right.
thought, man, so many players are leaving Durham and headed into Scarborough to play netball. Why not have a Durham Netball Association?
So when did you launch this?
2 years.
About a year ago?
A year ago.
A year
Okay.
ago,
A year ago.
September.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've had some major success. So under Durham Netball Association, we have two clubs. Durham Jaguars.
That's the first down.
They are. They
Yeah.
are an amazing squad,
Champion.
and we have an A team and a B team. I like to call them Team Audacious and Team Bodacious.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That sounds good.
And they've been amazing. And we just registered our second club, Durham Titans, which we're currently recruiting for. Yeah.
Okay. And are you recruiting to create a single team for now, or will you end up having an A team, B team, or it will expand?
You know, we actually
naturally?
recruit for netball players on the Durham Netball Association.
Okay.
And based on the number of players that we get, they would be with Titans.
Okay.
And the third club that we're looking at launching early next year is Durham Galaxy. So we're always
Love
recruiting.
the names.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're always recruiting for players to be part of this sport.
Now, do you have to have any netball experience at all to join?
No.
No. Okay.
Just come out and be fierce and be willing to learn and
Learn.
have fun.
Okay, let's talk about that fierceness. So in regular basketball, sometimes it can get a little rough, like roughing around the net and everything. With this one, you're not dribbling, you're passing, you have to get it's a very fast game.
Correct.
Can it get rough at all?
It gets, what's the P word? Passionate.
Passionate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We're very
It's
passionate on the netball court.
So sometimes we do get really aggressive, but we
Okay.
get calls. And in basketball, you can get away with it, but in netball, they actually give a call, and they call it contacts. We cannot be too aggressive with our player, and we cannot go out of our what do you call
The
it?
zones.
The zones of what it is within.
Yeah.
So we have more rules that we stick by when it's netball.
Okay. And what ages are you recruiting? What and up?
Yeah, so 10 and up. And
10 and up.
Yeah,
10 and
10 and
up,
15.
yeah. So we want to
Okay.
get it in the schools. We've communicated with the schools in Durham, the community centers. We've got a lot of support from our MPs and officials that we've been speaking with to get it beyond that.
Okay, very cool. Okay, so if people want to get a hold of you, they can call the number 647-746-9327. We also have the email addresses at the bottom. You also have a Facebook page, Durham Netball Association, right?
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks
It
for
was-
having
Thank you.
us.
It was great to have you on the show. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
This is Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I have Jenny McKee with me, who is the co-founder of Soulful Retreats. Not only retreats, they also do fabulous women's conferences. We're going to be talking about all that. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, when I met someone at the market and they
Yes.
told me about you, and as soon as I connected with you, you just have such great vibes. So
Thank
you really help individuals to heal.
Yes,
From the
yes.
soul level out.
Yes. Soulful Camp began in a way of, helping women to connect to themselves so that they can create the life that they desire. And, there's so many challenges for women out there. And, when you can come together in community and heal and grow, it's really special.
So tell me a little bit about, you have an upcoming camp taking place in Halliburton.
We do.
Yeah.
It is our last camp of this year. It is actually our 24th camp that we have done since we started. We think it's kind of fun to end our 2024 year with our 24th camp in Halliburton.
That's perfect.
We've got about 40 women coming to experience the magic of fall with a bunch of workshops, activities, and a lot of fun. So it would be good.
Do you still have spots available for this
We
particular
do.
camp?
If you can sneak in really quick, we could probably fit you in. But yeah, we're super excited about it. We have different workshop leaders that come in and teach all sorts of workshops throughout the camp. Women get to choose their own adventure and pick whichever workshops that call to their soul what is they need some little work on and help.
I love that. Okay, so that is October 18th to the 20th.
Yes.
In Halliburton.
It is.
Can you give me an idea of some of those workshops?
We've got a chakra balancing workshop, we've got yoga, we've got meditation, but then we also have some treetop trekking type activities. There's outdoor walks and hikes. We've got creative activities. We've got what we do. So my business partner Heather and I, we've both been life coaches, business coaches for many years, and so we run what we call our soul sessions. And that is where all of the campers come together, and we do some of the dig deep work, I guess, to really help people to dig into what's holding them back from living their best life. And in those soul sessions, we dig in and pull out a little bit more from the women to help them start making a conscious choice of choosing what they want to put themselves forward in their life.
That's amazing. So they'll
Yeah.
go home with tools
Yes.
to further
Absolutely.
continue that releasing
Yes.
and owning who you are and aligning with the core of who you are.
Well, and
Beautiful.
and that's it. It's a lot of times, especially women as we get older, you lose who you are. You become a mom, your wife, your friends, you're doing all these things, and you get to a point in your life, you're like, well, who am I? What is it that I want? What is it that I need? And when women come to camp, they have that opportunity to explore things that maybe when they're at home and in their traditional life that they've got, they can't really be open and honest and trying something, explore a little bit different. We're very much into spirituality and healing, so there's also a little bit of that woo-woo in there that I think a lot of people are really starting to understand how important and powerful that can be.
I love that. And so for individuals who are maybe women who are just way too busy to go to a weekend thing at this time, they can come to your upcoming conference.
You're right, they
Okay,
can.
so what is the date of your conference and where is it taking place and what's going on there?
Okay, so Soulful Day is our one-day conference for women. We have it down at the Jubilee Pavilion in Oshawa, right at the water. It's a beautiful, beautiful convention center. Our theme this time is from fear to freedom. So we have guest speakers, we have motivational workshops and activities. We'll be doing some soul sessions to dig in a little bit. It's a little mini camp experience, so you get to try a little bit, you get to learn a little bit more, and work on how to get out of fear and step into freedom where all the joy and all the magic comes. When we let go of those things that hold us back into taking those steps that, really it's our own mind that stops us from doing things. So our Soulful Day is the one-day conference to come in, connect, have fun. All your meals are included, all your workshop activities. It's Sunday, November 10th from 8:30 in the morning till 5 at night. It's a day focused on you, and you get to meet a lot of the women in our amazing community.
I love that. Okay, so I want to delve into that fear to freedom for a little bit.
Yes.
But before we do that, I would love, what is a website that they can go to or Instagram so they can start connecting with you right now?
Definitely follow us, find us. It's Soulful Camp, and full with 2 L's. So because we're filling your cup, it's soulfulcamp.ca. Yeah.
Okay, love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so fear is, as you said, it can prevent you from moving forward. And fear, we can have fears because of what we've learned, right?
Yep.
What we've learned from being a child until now, or stuff that's come through our DNA.
Yep.
I believe in past lives too.
Yep.
We can have all these past traumas that can keep us like bamming the headlights.
Yes. Yep.
Not moving forward.
Yep.
So you help people to dig into that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Well, because you've done the work, right?
Yeah,
And and unless you dig in and face those uncomfortable feelings and really push yourself, things stay the same. And the best things are on the other side of fear, because fear is just that. It's your internal, like you said, the stories we've been brought up with, the experiences, the things that have happened to us in our life, put these lenses on us of how we see the world. And when we can maybe sort of step back and get some clarity on that, we can see things from a new lens and be able to take a different perspective and make those changes to move out of that fear space and into the freedom and joy of what we want.
Yeah, I love that. It's, some of the things that we've gone through in our lives and since childhood, we might not even be able to recall a certain instance as to why I'm afraid about that, because it could be so under the radar, just being with certain parents again and again, and just feeling the energy from the emotion, from how they react to certain situations. So to know that you are sorry, I got a little bit distracted there in my own head. Actually, in my earpiece.
Well, all these things that happen to us, all these things affect us on a psychological level and then on an emotional level, on our bodies. There's so many ways that it affects us, and most of it is unconscious. And so when we go about our days, we don't know that this is what fear looks like. This is me saying, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable enough.
See,
those are the things that come up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
See, there's so much to delve into.
Yes.
So you can delve into more at the conference as well, or at one of the camps, so the upcoming camp. Check out our website, soulful with 2 L's camp.ca. So this has been an absolute fabulous show. Thank you for joining me. And also make sure you check out the Georgina Mystic fair. So that's going to be an absolute blast, and maybe consider some netball in your future. So we will be back with more next week on Uxbridge Scugog Life. Thank you so much for watching.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.